Underground Sports Gaming. It's my guy, Philly guy. Got Philly guy in the building. We're gonna be watching some of these ladder matches today with some of the guys that participate in the Madden Underground leagues. We're gonna give you sound. We're gonna give you everything that you want to hear straight from these guys. A lot of these guys are mic'd up. A lot of these guys are on stream. B guard is you see B guard to the top left. We got Buns B to the top right. We got Assassin to the bottom left, and we got Bronco to the bottom right. So we're gonna see if these guys can figure out something to advance to the next round, or if they're gonna go to get to that early double elimination and see what's going on, man.
Yeah, I'm excited, man. It's a good way to spend a Saturday morning. And B-Guard is in a dogfight, man. He's running out of time, but he's trying to push the ball down the field. He's down 2 scores, so 40 seconds left in his game.
Yeah, it's kind of unfortunate, but I think it's double elimination, so it doesn't mean he's necessarily out quite. We had a couple of other guys that are participating, so as those streams become available, we'll throw those streams up for you guys.
Good stuff.
Ooh, and another interception thrown by B.
We don't know if that's his double. That's his double elimination, but we know that this is definitely going to be a loss at this point.
Now, this is the first game. This is literally the first game of the day.
Oh, that's fantastic.
These guys are getting it in. Assassin's fighting for his life over there. Broncos fighting for his life. Buns B is doing the damn thing though. We know that he was pretty dominant in the league. He beat Fetty this past week in the league, and now he's in the MCS doing his thing right now, showing that those skills transcend franchise mode.
Yeah, he did. I watched that game, and he put on an offensive clinic. I mean, they were both scoring, but Bunsby came up with those timely stops, and his offense, I think he missed maybe 3 or 4 passes in that game. He was on fire. He was on fire. So looked like he was ready to do well in this tournament. And like you said, he's winning right now by 11, 17-6 at the end of the second quarter. But which of these 4 contestants that you see here do you're just guessing. We're not putting any shade out there, but which one of these 4 do you feel right now is going to be able to have the deepest run?
I think they're all capable, but just based on what I'm seeing right now, it's looking like Buns B, of the 4 playing right now. Assassin's arguing about accepting the penalty. But
that's important. That's important.
Yeah. So we'll see how that translates. And I don't know you, bro. I don't care. I'm accepting everything. If it's a penalty, the game called a penalty, I'm accepting it. Ain't no gentleman rule. It's none of that, bro. I don't know you.
And speaking of rules, one of the gentlemen that works for EA actually tweeted out that he agreed with Zion Williamson scoring and ceremoniously so. A beautiful dunk it was, and Zion knows that us New York Knicks fans, we wanted him as much as he wanted us, but the Pelicans were winning the game. The game was clearly decided, and he scored with maybe less than a second or so, or maybe about a second or so left to go in the game against the Phoenix Suns. Do you feel that a lot of these unwritten rules, like accepting penalties and scoring at the end of the game, do you feel like, it's time for those things to end?
Like I said, people, as you can see, there's a level of entitlement that comes with playing Madden, right? And if someone accepts a penalty, although we're in the third quarter of the game, someone's gonna feel froggy or feel some kind of way about it. And I don't care if the game called a penalty, it's a penalty. If I can understand if you're setting your audibles at the beginning of the game or setting your plays up at the beginning of the game, you get a delayed game. I might let that slide in this environment. That's not even guaranteed, because there's money on the line. Now if a guy's crying that somebody accepted a penalty, like F him. That's how I feel about it. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't. It's nothing. It's not my fault that you even had a penalty. So
what is it? Assassin's got the lead, so he doesn't care if this guy quits. But what is it that he would even consider debating with a total stranger.
That's what I'm like. I'm not worried about it. You know, I'm not worried about it. B-Guard's waiting for his next game to see who he plays in the next round.
And it looks like Bronco's going to lose this game, so he's going to find himself searching very shortly to try to continue in the tournament. But yeah, I don't know, man. I do believe that there are unwritten rules, sportsmanship rules that should be recognized and followed. I think good sportsmanship is necessary. But I think in this situation, just like you mentioned, you're in the third quarter, so any penalties have to be the responsible party's penalties. Like there's nothing to discuss. If your controller froze up or the game locks up, I can understand your frustration, but that has nothing to do with your opponent. They have no control over that situation whatsoever.
Yeah.
So, it's unfortunate right now that we're not seeing Assassin play. But let me ask you this: do you think it's a strategy by the person that's losing to Assassin to maybe try to figure something out?
At this point, when you run out of answers, you get in a situation, you're gonna report everything, and that's what you're gonna see. A lot of things. You're gonna see a lot of guys reporting random miscellaneous stuff because they're taking it's like a life or death situation for them.
Mm-hmm.
It's literally like that to some of these guys that take it that serious, and some of them, complain about guys running different schemes. I know MP had a scheme that everybody was complaining about him running because they didn't understand the spread concepts. So when certain things are open and you run in the meta defense that doesn't work on that scheme at all, then you find yourself complaining in situations where you want to cry about certain things. And that's just what it is,
Yeah. And speaking of competition, you mentioned on air that you had 3 teams that were ready to go. So what or when are you going to actively participate in an MCS?
Oh no, I'm not participating. This was made available to the guys that were participating from MU. If they didn't have certain cards, this team had all the cards that you could possibly want. And they you could access them, So that was the purpose. That was the sole purpose of me having those teams, is that the guys that were participating, if their teams weren't up to par, they could use one of the teams that were,
Okay.
And Buns B is out here trying to end this game.
Yeah, he's got a lot of time left to go. I mean, his opponent is only down 1 score, but it looks like B-Guard got matched up against the Cincinnati Bengals.
And that's young Tay.
Eagles. So yeah, he's got an opportunity, and still looks like Assassin's game is going to be going to litigation.
I think we might have 2 MU guys matching up here. It looked like he matched up with, I think it's Memphis Doug. I think he clicked on Memphis Doug. Oh no,
you talking about Bronco?
No, it's Love It Maine. Love It Maine just sent him a friend request, so I think it's Love It Maine.
And and that can happen, like you said. This is a random tournament, so you could easily end up playing against.
No, I got paired with Buns B early in the year. I think in the first tournament, and I thought I was like, oh, he's going deep in the playoffs before we even started the season. I knew he was going to make a run because of the game I played against him in Mutt. It was just like, okay, he looks like he's ahead of the curve, but oh my, that was a close call right there. B-Guard.
Yeah, it looks like Buns B, his opponent just scored. Definitely expect him to go to 2 to tie it up. It's 3:53 left to go in the third quarter. So, these tournaments are a little bit different than playing in connected franchise mode. I mean, you have so much talent around you. It really comes down to scheme, does it not?
Yeah, definitely. You got. Oh my, that guy just scored 2-point conversion, tied the game up against Buns B. But yeah, you got to be prepared for everything. And I don't know what's going on in Assassin's game. I don't know what's going on. But Yeah, it's gonna. That's quite interesting.
Yeah, he's definitely gonna have to just have a short memory and just lock in and just focus on this next opponent, because you can only control what you can control. Obviously, that last competitor had some concerns, and that game was not going to be able to continue. So,
Definitely. But yeah,
looks like Bigard's having a rough way to go. I'm not sure what happened there. It looked like it was a tackle, and then it ended up being a strip, fumble, recovery,
and
and
he's obviously frustrated. He's like, I don't know what to do.
yeah,
Nothing's working right.
yeah. That animation was disappointing. But you're right. You talk about being prepared for anything, and when you're playing in the franchise mode, I mean, you kind of know which teams have the mobile quarterbacks or which teams have some of the more dominant players. And when you're playing MUT, like you said, anything goes. Everybody has a scrambling quarterback, or everybody has a Derrick Henry,
Definitely.
or everybody has Travis Kelce, Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
And
everybody has everything. There's no excuse. Like you just basically pay to play, and
yeah.
all the guys are gonna have everything at their disposal. And if you don't, you're at a disadvantage. And it could be something minor as forgetting to put, ability on your tackles to make sure that those edge threats don't get in. So it's just something minimal can result in something catastrophic in these type of games, because you're playing at such a high level and everybody has such heavy artillery. I don't know. I still don't know what's going on in Assassin's game. I'm tempted to call them and ask, but I don't want to distract them. I just kind of want to know what happened to the point where did the dude really do that and cry like a hoe and make him have to restart the game over because they accepted a penalty, or did he quit?
Well, it's definitely worth looking into when you get the opportunity. Bigard looks like he's trying to get back in this game. He just had a huge run. We know that's something that he doesn't do a lot of in the league, but I mean, that hole was huge. There was no reason for him to do anything less. And he's off to a bad start, but it looks like he's able to get back into this game.
And you see Buns B making use of Michael Vick out there, running, scrambling.
Yeah.
Oh, and we got I think we got a little insight on what's going on.
Okay.
Black Phoenix delivered. I guess the source got the information for us.
Okay. Inside sources.
I don't know. My phone is not letting me click on it. Okay, here we go. It says he had to restart his game because some issue with the other guy. I guess his opponent ran out of time, thought he scored super quick, but couldn't, and wanted a restart. What? Wait, what? Okay. Yeah, that's all right.
You have to explain that one to me.
Assassin's better than me, because it's like if you ran out of time because you thought you scored, which if I'm reading this correctly, it says ran out of time, thought he scored super. He said thought he scored super quick but couldn't and wanted a restart. I don't know. You're not getting no restart against me, buddy. And if you're still feeling some kind of way, you can catch me outside. Meet me in the parking lot. I'm not condoning violence, but certain cases, some guys need to be punched in the face.
Well, what is there to fight about? I mean, this is clearly being recorded. It's on film. There's video evidence, so it's really not open for discussion or interpretation.
A restart. Okay, so this is what I'm gonna do. If I'm Assassin, and look, you like dude just scored right here. I want to restart. It didn't work. Something's not working for me now.
I think he let him score.
Oh, he let him score.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he let him score.
Okay.
But Assassin he's looking at the big picture as we see Buns B kick a field goal to take the lead at the start of the fourth quarter. I think he's looking at the bigger picture. He's thinking about sponsorships and opportunities down the road. Obviously, he's representing more than himself, so he's trying to show that sportsmanship we talked about earlier. But again, it's on film, so maybe there's more to it than what Black
Okay,
Phoenix
so
shared.
he just said they're recreating the situation. So whatever the situation. Oh my, good pick by B guard right there. Big play by B guard. He's lurking, and I think is that the new Sean Taylor card. It was the new Sean Taylor card. It's go big. It's go big or go home for B guard right now.
Yeah, and I like B guard when he's playing angry. He's running the football.
Yeah, you got.
He's
That's
focused.
the thing. That's the thing. Everybody, you get used to playing this garbage stuff and passing all day and all this other stuff, and you're running the same plays. And these guys have seen all the plays that you run. What they haven't seen is anybody running the ball. They're all out there in 3-3-5. They're all out there in dime and quarter. I mean, what is it, dollar, dime, and all that, trying to stop the run. So if you have a run plays that you can run against those defenses, you're going to eat in this tournament.
Well, when you talk about run plays, I mean, a lot of people have been running that bunch offset RPO. What is it that you do when people try to run that on you? How do you stop that?
First off, I don't have all the abilities on my lineman. Every lineman has an ability. Mm-hmm. So that's first off. I don't have that luxury. I've never had that luxury. But when you do, you got to run the rock. You know what I mean? You got an ability on more linemen than he has D linemen. And those DBs are going to get pancaked. So run the rock. Like, if you got that many abilities, run the rock. You have no excuse. There's no excuse. Run the rock. And Buzz B is actually down right now, 24-23. He's still trying to fight.
Yeah, he just gave up a big strike that right down the seam out of gun bunch. Gave up the touchdown. Probably a breakdown in coverage. So maybe, he didn't get a defensive hot route in time. But, Broncos got his second game. He's going up against the Texans on the bottom right-hand screen. And, just like you said, a lot of people experience pass-heavy offensives and schemes. And, there's an opportunity to run the ball, to control the clock, not just in the fourth quarter, but also, throughout the game. And I think that really would open up your passing offense a little bit more when you have this much talent on the field. So, we'll have to see if B-Guard sticks with it or if, he did all of that out of anger. Because I don't know, man. It's looking tough out there.
Yeah. It's looking real tough. But we're gonna keep this thing rolling, man. B-Guard's up 14-7 in his elimination game. So he has to win. It's win or go home for B-Guard now. And this guy scrambles with John Elway.
And we all know that the great John Elway can do that. We've all seen the helicopter.
The helicopter
touchdown that he scored.
And Assassin's back on the board. I guess he's getting his points back now.
Yeah, he's getting his points back.
So young Tony.
Is that the young Tony? The young Tony that he won the last tournament, right?
Young Tony? There's no young Tony that won the tournament.
I'm pretty sure there's a young Tony that was doing big things.
I don't recall a young Tony that won anything of any mass.
Let me see if I can pull that information.
Did he win something? Did he? I don't recall. I thought it was Dez and Henry that won the last two tournaments. But I could be mistaken. Definitely Dez and Henry that won the last two tournaments. Now, what he's done in out like other tournaments, I don't know. He may have won another tournament, but I don't know about the MCS. And here we go. Great catch by B-Guard in traffic. Great catch by B-Guard in traffic. 3 guys on him, no problem. 3 guys on him, no problem. 3 guys on him, not a problem, not an issue, man. That's what I like to see. A little, I don't care. Wake up, drink a little glass of, I don't give a. You know what I'm saying? Drink a tall glass of that. You get out there and start balling. Throw it up. It's double elimination.
Mm-hmm.
You in your elimination game. You can't be playing tense. You got to let it rip. And he's letting it rip right now. And I don't know what's going on in the Assassins game, but I just see a lot of touchdowns being scored.
Yeah. And maybe I was thinking about 2 years ago for the
and Busby breaks a tackle. He's able to get upfield.
But yeah, I wonder if it's that young Tony that B-Guard is going up against.
It could very well be, but yeah, I don't recall him doing anything major in the MCS. Maybe he's qualified a few times or things like that, but in regards to winning the belt, yeah, he's not. I don't see him on the list.
Yeah, I might be thinking club championships.
Okay, yeah, that might be it. That definitely could be it.
And you know, we see that Buns B, he's at the 2-minute warning. He's in scoring position.
Definitely.
Do you still feel like this has been more of a defensive game where he just needs to get that touchdown and not worry about how much time is left on the clock?
Yeah. Play his game, play smart, play wise, and just try to score, because it doesn't matter if you don't score. If you don't get more than 4 points here, three a field goal doesn't do it. You got to get the end zone, and he gets there and he does it. So now you got to lock down, play some defense. Mm-hmm. If you can hold him to 3, who cares? You know what I mean? You're still in the game, but you don't want to give up a touchdown. Look at Big Jerome Bettis out there running.
Yeah, doing big things, and B-Guard takes the lead. He's got a 3-point lead, you know. Nice little turnaround. He was losing early on after the strip fumble. And Broncos got the lead too. He's up 3-0 right now. So the last time that you got a chance to play in an MCS tournament, what did you actually learn from that experience?
That these guys spend a lot of money on cards.
Nothing else? That's it?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
They're not doing anything. Everybody's doing the same thing. Literally, like there's literally everybody's doing it the same thing, and some guys do it better than others. But if you have certain cards, certain abilities, you can do those things better than other people, you know, and that's what it comes down to a lot of times. Ooh, and another dot for Tony. Yeah, we call him Tony the Tiger since he's wearing those bingo jerseys.
Well,
Tony
I think you have to. But yeah, we're seeing a lot of gun tight offset. And you're right, man. Just coming down to execution at this point.
Definitely. It definitely comes down to execution.
You know, and Buns is he's in a tough spot right now. Like you said, he can give up the field goal, but it's 1st and 10 on the 31-yard line with 1.5 minutes plus 1 on the clock. So you know, I'm not really too sure why his opponent decided to run the football when clearly Buns was in man coverage, but hey. He hasn't used any of his timeouts either, so this is going to be big. Got to know the guy's passing here. And, yeah, B-Guard looking a little frustrated, has some questions for the EA servers, and here we go. You know, controller violence. We hate to see it. He's going to have to get up and go pick up that controller. Maybe he's got another one on standby. I don't know what happened to it. I don't know where it went.
He threw it? He really threw it?
Yeah, he tossed it.
Oh, we gotta get some sound. We gotta get some sound in this.
Definitely get some sound. You're gonna have to get up and go get that controller, buddy.
We gotta get some sound. Oh yeah, he's hot.
Yeah, something got tossed across the room. Oh, Buns B with the interception.
There we go, Buns.
Game.
That's game. Take the knee. Get to the next round, buddy. And you can see B-Guard is obviously scorching.
Yeah, he's a little disappointed. He obviously felt like he should have had an interception, and didn't get it. There's no time left on the clock. Takes a hit. He's probably going to continue to be upset.
Yeah,
that emotion looks like it's going to carry over a little bit. We all forget it's a video game sometimes, and yeah, got to walk it off, B-Guard. You still got a second half to play. And we're going to have to see if he can do it. But Bronco was losing 6-3 in his game. Shout out to Buns B, who for some strange reason is not deciding to take knees. He's deciding to run some plays here, so we can only hope and pray that he doesn't turn the ball over. But yeah, B-Guard's looking really frustrated right now. Doesn't seem like he's able to lock in.
Oh,
Thought he had a play there.
He has to shake that off, man. You got a whole nother quarter left to play. And you're only down 4, so shake that off. Hold him to 3. Shake it off and get back in the game.
That's real life commentary from Coach Brian James.
All right, you got 3rd down.
You got a break there because that looked like that could have been completion, but young Tony wasn't able to get the ball to his wide open receiver. So,
well, X is wide open. Wow, why did you take the man off of him? The guy that was manned up on him, he put in the deep blue and put the safety on the slot, and nobody was covering. Literally, nobody was covering that guy because everybody else was blitzing. You can't be mad at anybody but yourself on that, B-Guard. That made no sense. I'm like, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing?
He doesn't agree with you. That's not what he sees, B. James.
That literally made absolutely no sense. He took the guy that was covering him out of man coverage.
I don't think he's interested in having a rational conversation right now. And Buns B is punting the football. So his opponent is going to be getting the ball back. And there's going to be a little bit of time left on the clock. Depends on if he fair catches it or not, but it looks like there's going to be 17 seconds left on the clock in the 4th. And Assassin is still recreating his game. So, that's it's got to be mentally draining right now. So hopefully they can get started. He can lock back in. We can see what he's doing out there on the field. But yeah, I just feel like right now B-Guard is mentally out of it. I don't see him getting focused and locking back in, but he's still got time. Like you said, he's still got some time. So 1st and 10, no timeouts. Commanders got the football on the 34-yard line. Definitely going to be a Hail Mary pass. And let's see what Bunsby can come up with. He decides to press. That can't be good. Incomplete pass, 2nd and 10, 5 seconds left on the clock. And Buns B with the stop. That was it. That was huge. So he's going to advance. Was able to pull it out. Commanders got the completion, got out of bounds, but there was no time left on the clock for one more shot at the end zone. And congratulations to Buns B. And if I remember correctly, it looks like Assassin's game should be pretty much about where they were. And nope, they're still trying to figure it out. So
let me see. What?
Second and 10 for B-Guard. Running this split close, flexes out the running back. He drops back. Makes the throw underneath, gets the completion. 3rd and 1. Obviously, this is 4 down territory, so let's see if Tony's going to give him the run or the pass. B-Guard goes to double tight, and he runs the ball, gets the first down. So now he's got 4 opportunities to punch this in. He's still got a lot of time left on the clock, so he's not out of this game.
Exactly. You got a whole other quarter left. That's what I'm saying. Like, what are we doing here? Hold on 1 second.
Yeah, there you go. Just like that, he punched it in. Expect for him to go for 2 here, so he can get it down to a 1-score lead. Gets outside of the pocket, but the pressure is too strong. Bengals prevent the 2-point conversion. So B-Guard is down 5. The minute and a half left to go in the 3rd quarter. Bronco is down 1 at the start of the 3rd quarter. And Assassin's still trying to figure out.
I think they should be able to play right now.
I'm hoping so, because it looks like they're in the 3rd quarter. So hopefully he's just resetting his audibles and they can lock in and put this mess behind him. But it looks like B-Guard is having success getting a little bit of pressure. 2nd and 10. Hopefully he doesn't make that defensive secondary breakdown like he did the first time and he gave up the touchdown.
Oh, wow.
But, yeah, Bronco has to wonder what went wrong. I mean, that man was wide open going up the middle of the field. There wasn't a defender around him. It looks like another defensive coverage breakdown. And, that happens sometimes, B. James. You're punching in your defensive hot routes and, sometimes they stick, sometimes they don't.
Yeah. Sometimes they stick, sometimes they don't.
But Assassin looks like he's got the ball and he's got some things working in his favor. His running back was glowing, but he's a big fan of that split close. B-Guard likes to run the split close.
Buns B is loading up for his 2nd game right now.
Yeah, and I think you're right. I think Assassin's game, I think they're live now. He's leaning towards the screen like he often does, so he can get as close as he possibly can. B-Guard it looks like he's exacerbated right here. He's done. They're about to go into the 4th quarter. He's leaning back in the squeaky chair. He's not liking the results right now.
Yeah.
But shout out to Assassin, man. He's trying to pick up where he left off. We know how hard that is. And there you go. Buns B, he's doing the little things, just like you said. He's making the adjustments. He's picking the abilities, changing the abilities. He's getting ready to lock in. And it looks like Bronco with another big play.
Oh, he's back in it.
Yeah. Scored just as quickly. So his man was wide open on that play.
I'm noticing a lot of guys putting emphasis on certain players and leaving other guys just wide open. Great ad catch by Bronco right there.
Yeah, it was definitely a great ad catch. And you're right. I mean, it's hard to imagine what they're thinking, but we're seeing the results out here on the field. So
the question is, does he have a 2-point conversion play in the bag?
Oh.
B-Guard almost had a pick, but he dropped it.
Almost isn't good enough. Only horseshoes and hand grenades.
I don't know. We got a lot going on over there in that B-Guard game. He needs to stop right here, right now. Get it.
He does. And the 3-man pass rush does it. Young Tony, with too much time in the pocket, didn't consider scrambling with the quarterback.
And he's not out of this game if he can get a stop. If he can get a stop or even hold him to 3, he's still in the game.
Yeah, and
Tony oh, no.
Went right for the jugular. B-Guard is disgusted. He knows that it may be GG in the chat.
Oh,
he's got
no.
3 minutes and 56 seconds. He's going to have to put up some points in a hurry. Obviously, he is down 2 scores. He's down 12.
God damn it, B-Guard. I want to listen in on what he's saying right now.
Yeah, let's zoom and enhance. We need to let the people know what he's saying, what he's thinking, how he's feeling. Viewer discretion may be advised.
I don't know. And that's, you heard V.A. Dimes giving him positive love and reinforcement as a crew member, and the rest of the guys in the Toxic Boys, saying that he should have had it. He should have had it, but it was perfectly placed. And at the end of the day, sometimes the abilities aren't enough, man.
Yeah, coulda, shoulda, woulda, right? So, it's good to see the Toxic Boys showing love, showing support. But
that's what you want to see. You like to see the camaraderie amongst guys, man. And shout out to B-Guard for toughing it out. I honestly don't think he's out of this game. I think he's wow. They tackled that play action fake running back. He got tackled. He had a route.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough. I mean,
and Buns B is taking on Bad Boys 21. So
we'll see how that game turns out. But B-Guard has an opportunity, again, as long as there's time on the clock, to win this game. And that's what it's about right now. It's not about what happened in the past. It's about this moment right here. Oh, so you gotta lose yourself.
You gotta you quoting Eminem, huh?
Oh, was I?
Yeah, it started to sound a little Eminem-ish. You only get one shot. But no, Eddie doesn't catch it.
That was not auto-tune, ladies and gentlemen. That was the real singing voice of the platinum artist, B. James. Doing
Here we go right now.
Acapella cover for Eminem's "Lose Yourself."
Now we got a lot of games going on, man.
We do.
I want to get into some of these other games too after replace one of these guys if they fall off with another guy.
Yeah, and I'm really interested to hear what Assassin.
Oh, great pass by B-Guard. Great pass. Great pass by B-Guard. Great play right there.
Yeah, Casper with the catch.
Casper is he's old, but he's glitchy. He's glitchy because you can line him up at
what's age got to do with anything? I mean, you're getting a little bit closer to 40 yourself. So
no, I'm just saying.
What is it you got against Casper?
He's a little glitchy, man.
Speaking of glitchy, Bronco just gave up another touchdown. This time to Saquon Barkley, who looked like he was running by himself out there in the open field and scored. Assassin is losing, and I really want to hear his explanation of what happened here, because I know it's really hard to get locked back in. But he's dialed in, man. He's focused right now. He's not. It's 4th and 5. He knows that this is a huge moment for this Falcons offense, but we'll see. We'll know how he's really feeling after his reaction.
Oh my. Go down, assassin.
Yeah. That's right.
Come on,
Players
B-Guard.
make plays.
B-Guard, get a stop, bro. It's 36. Get a stop, bro, in advance. Let's go. Get a stop. Get to the next round.
And you got to wonder if the Toxic Boys are breaking out the rally monkey right now for B-Guard. Is he going to be able to make the big play when it matters the most?
Oh, right there. He got it. He got it to the crib. Let's go. He got it. B-Guard's back in this. He's back in it.
And just like that, VA Dimes and the Toxic Boys showing them some divine intervention love, and B-Guard with a big play. Can he capitalize?
Run a goddamn ball. Run it. There we go. We got to cut that up, bro. Oh, he's still up.
As he shows love to VA Dimes, tries to run the jet sweep to get in. It's the 2-minute warning.
And we got, oh my God, who's that over there running like that? Is that Eric Dickerson out there running like, oh my God?
The Tennessee Titans in their powder blue Houston Oiler uniforms, and that is the great Eric Dickerson. B-Guard rolling out of the pocket. And
what are we doing, B-Guard?
Sack.
What are we doing, bro?
What is he doing
What are we doing, bro?
There's no excuses. Assassin put his points up on the board, 24-21.
Assassin's fighting.
Assassin came ready. B-Guard drops back, rolls out of the pocket. He looks to throw the ball. He gets hit again. And you know what?
He was in position. All you have to do is run the ball. Run. This is a conventional run play, and he would have gotten the end zone.
And he could have had 4 shots.
You got all them damn stars on the old line, and you got him out there to block for passing on the goal. What I tell you about this, Philly?
It's 4th and goal. Is your Tennessee
Titans just scored first? God, oh my God, he didn't throw it. Come on, man.
And he throws the interception, and that's going to be GG's in the chat, and he has no one to blame but himself. He was on the 2-yard line, 1 yard line?
He was on the 2-yard line, bro. And he ran a jet sweep. Okay, that didn't work, but you were still on the 2-yard line. You got all them damn stars on the old line, and you're not gonna run the rock? Come on, man.
You know what?
That just pissed me off, bro. That just pissed me off.
This will be something that I'm sure
that pissed me off. That really pissed me off. I'm sorry. We going to commercial break. They're going to commercial break. No, it just pissed me. It really pissed me off because he had the game.
I know it did. I know
he had the game, bro. He had the game.
You know what? He's going to have to think about that. He's going to have to make some better decisions. And, it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. But you talked about it. You talked about coming up big in moments like this. You talked about letting the moment not be bigger than what's happening in front of you. Assassin clearly is showing that type of clutch gene. But B-Guard, he's got some growing to do. He's got some learning to do. And, he wasn't ready. He wasn't ready.
No, he was ready. B-Guard was ready. He made all the plays. He made all the right calls. He just got into the goal line. And I don't know what it is about certain guys that just don't run the ball when they're on the goal line. Like, why are you throwing the ball on the goal? For one, you're taking the clock with you. So he doesn't have much time on the possession if he gets the ball, And then on top of that, it just made no sense. I don't understand the logic. I would love to get some answers in regards to why he was out here. Oh, let's go, Buns. Let's go. Oh, my God. Why is he so slow?
I mean, it's a lot of talent out there, So it's not like these guys are going to be pulling away from each other. But, look, I'm going to give B-Guard the benefit of the doubt. I'm just going to say that, the moment was just too big for him. And, he kind of gambled on those last 4 plays, and it didn't work out for him. And, you're right. You're right, B. James. He should have ran the football. There were some other plays he should have gone to, chose not to, and that's why he lost.
Man, so, it literally that really upset me, bro, because he had the game. It's like you got the game, bro. Like, what are we doing? Oh, there we go. A little read option out there, and Assassin is ready for it.
Yeah, he's seen that play already. Didn't give up as many yards this time, but he's dialed in right now. You can only hope that his opponent doesn't try to claim some type of misfortune again, because Assassin looks like he's ready to come away with the victory here. This is going to be a big stop for him on third down. Oh, and he missed the tackle on the read option. That was a big opportunity for him to get the fourth down, but couldn't quite do it. Didn't want to click on. He was afraid of giving up even more yards, but yeah, he's still in control of this game. And the guy really seems like he's playing for the tie at this point. So,
good play, Bronco. Bronco's back in the mix.
Okay, you love to see it. Now, do you go for 2 or do you kick the extra point here?
You gotta go for 2. Honestly, he could take the extra point. He's gonna be still down, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, it doesn't matter. He just got to get a stop at this point. It's like you got to get a stop. Same for Assassin. 42 seconds left. He's playing for 3. Don't give up a big play. Don't give up a big play. Oh my God! You got to get you some. Oh,
yeah. He's been running nothing but that read option, for the majority of this drive, and Assassin.
Better turn tackling on conservative, brother, and make sure you get those tackles, because he's one broken tackle away from changing the tide of this game. Buns settled for 3 on that drive. I see. But Buns is up. He's in the green because he won his first game. Assassin's still in his first game, so we'll find out who he faces off with next. And Bronco is in his second game, so he has to. This is a must-win game for Bronco.
And Assassin with the big tackle. He seems to really be struggling. He should be recognized this formation by now. So I'm not sure what this guy's trying to get him to do, who he's trying to get him to move. As we see the big play down the middle of the field by the Texans against Bronco. But there it is. There's a little dump pass. The guy gets out of bounds. And
he's doing a great job of clock management too as well. It seems like this drive is only have 43 seconds on it, but he's preserved the time remaining.
Yeah, at least having. He's only got 1 timeout left. So, yeah, he's definitely been doing a great job.
Oh, what a dot. Bronco is down again by what may be 10 points.
Oh, and here's a huge running play up the middle of the field. He could score. You didn't want. And Assassin gives up the touchdown to Delph. What
is that MWS Delph?
It could be.
Is that MWS Delph?
It could be. Assassin, 3 timeouts left, very little time left to go. He has to get a touchdown. He's got to be sick right now. And you called it, Brian James. You said you wanted to see more running, and damn it, Delph just ran the ball. What appears to be the winning play in this game against Assassin. It was.
I don't know. We got 9 seconds left. 9 seconds left. I've seen. This is mud, bro. This ain't Madden. This is mud. Anything goes.
this is mud. This ain't Madden.
I mean, it's not regular Madden. It's Madden Ultimate Team. Basically, anything can happen. You know what I mean? Like, you can just throw it up and the guy break 10 tackles.
He could.
You're aggressive catching, everybody dives on the ground. Ain't no telling what could happen in this game. I'm not gonna say Assassin's out of it.
No, but that play was.
He gets down. Get down, call timeout. Look, he's already eaten up to half the field, and that was only 3 seconds.
That play was unbelievable. It was a tremendous run by Delph, and Assassin. Maybe he will, maybe he won't focus on it, but the whole delay game and whatever the hell was going on with that. He was clearly in a rhythm. He was clearly locked in, and
that definitely threw him off.
It did. It definitely threw him off. So
and you see a 6'10" Carmichael out there catching over Bunsby to the left of your screen. That card is hard. That guy's hard to guard, bro.
He is. Here's the last final play of the game. Assassin throws it deep.
Oh, and he's hot.
He is very hot. He's upset because he had a chance to win that game. Obviously, the outcome isn't what he wanted.
And that's the thing with Battlefly, bro. Like I'm not gonna knock him, but I'm gonna knock him because it's like, yo, man, get it together. Have the stuff in stone where guys know this, that, and the third. If something, because the game didn't lag out.
No, it didn't.
I want to hear what Assassin has to say. Oh, he has music playing. Never mind. But he's hot. He's obviously hot.
Yeah, and that run play was phenomenal.
No, that's what I told him. I said, you want to make sure you got that secure tackling on. But this is what I've been talking about. These guys are in pass coverages expecting to stop the run. I'm surprised there aren't more people running the ball with all the abilities that they have on the O-line. Like, they have O-line abilities. And this is the first guy I saw say that I've witnessed say, you know what? If you're going to be in this defense, I'm going to run the route.
Well, I mean, you talked about it. I think that's really going to be the key to advancing, is having that balanced attack. We typically see people with balanced attacks have the most success, unless the game is broken.
This whole get to the red zone and throw the ball.
Yeah.
But I'm saying this whole get to the red zone and start throwing the ball is ridiculous to me, bro. Like, if you're on the 2-yard line, why are you throwing the ball?
Hey, man.
If you're on the 2-yard line and you're throwing the ball, I'm begging you to throw the ball on the 2-yard line. Like,
well, again, B Garden have an opportunity to explain that situation.
We have to. I mean, I want to get him in here now to explain that. Like,
but he took that L, and I think that's probably the biggest punishment that he could receive in that situation. So, it cost him an opportunity to advance. But yeah, Buns B is in a dogfight right now against your Tennessee Titans. So a little bittersweet for you. I know
those aren't my Tennessee Titans. Those aren't. Don't say that. Those aren't
not your Tennessee Titans.
No.
But they are the
This is a Madden Ultimate Team version. Shucks. That's. I think that might be it for Bronco.
Yeah, that was a big interception there, and like you said, he's already down 2 scores, so he's going to need everything to fall his way to get back into it. But yeah, we can see.
Oh no,
needing a moment.
Oh no,
and Buns B is having a little bit of difficulty in this game finding that rhythm.
Keep in mind, Buns B is in the green, so he's not eliminated if he loses this game. He'll be able to get another game. It's double elimination, so he's just playing the second game after winning his first. So if he does lose this game, he'll get an elimination game.
Now, do you like seeing Assassin take a minute here?
Well, he's waiting for his next opponent, so he probably doesn't even know who he's playing yet or trying to figure that out. But yes, it's great to kind of gather yourself before you go into the next matchup.
Mm-hmm.
You always want to take a minute to get your composure back, because these games are like mental warfare, bro. Like you're making adjustments. You got to make adjustments. You got to call plays. You got to know what plays to call. You got to know what adjustments to make. You got to remember who's where. It's a lot of mental exercise going on during these games, man. It's like a lot of you're putting a lot on your mind, and you see some of these guys they take it and push it to the limit. Some of these guys they don't.
Yeah. And so what do you do? Do you have Skittles? Do you have Starbucks Frappuccinos? What is it that you have to give you the energy that you need?
To
stay
I have?
Yeah.
I can't say what I have on air.
Okay. And and that's fine. That's fine. You don't have to. You don't have to. We're not trying to incriminate you here on Madden Underground.
She'd be even kill, but definitely requires the assistance of a woman.
All righty. And for those of you, if you know, you know. If you don't, we are not going to explain it to you on air.
I don't expect these nerds to know. I'm just playing. But
And there you have it. Not only is B. James angry at B-Guard for not running the ball from the 2-yard line when he was at 1st and goal, but he's also calling out how you gentlemen are spending your time, even though we're broadcasting something that you all love and are
I love it
engaged
too.
in mental welfare. So
it just pissed me off that he threw the ball on the 2-yard line.
There you have it. So really that outburst had nothing to do with any of your love lives. It really had to do with him trying to cope with B-Guard's decision-making on 1st and goal at the 2-yard line. Thank you for clearing that up.
No, because he rallied all the way back. Like he rallied back from a situation that he wasn't supposed to rally back from. Then he had the opportunity to take the game.
He did.
And he ran a jet sweep that was a horizontal run. You know what I mean? It's something that's going, it's lateral movement. It's not going straight forward. So you want to gain progress in those situations. He only needed 2 yards. You could have literally got the ball, just dove into the end zone.
I mean,
and flipped it to the end zone,
Like you said, you could have packaged in, you could have picked one of those wing formations. You could have packaged in the personnel for it. And then depending on the look, just audible in the goal line and just quarterback snuck it or fullback dived it or tried to run it in. But like I said, man, he wasn't ready for the moment, and it's a lot he can learn from that. So
definitely.
It's looking like Bronco is still trying to fight. He's still down 2 scores, but it's looking tough. It's looking tough.
But I commend Bronco for not giving up, man. He's still fighting, man.
Oh, well, I mean, that goes without saying. I don't think we've seen anybody rage quit. I don't think we've seen anybody go that route. But I mean, you're playing against people.
I think he pulled the plug on the chain.
Oh, there we go. We spoke too soon. So he didn't quit the game, but he got the hell up out of there. So he got the twitch off. He was like, "Yeah, we don't get to watch him officially lose, but yeah, man, it's going to be interesting. Buns B is he's got a long road to come back from in this particular game, but like you said, he's going to be able to keep fighting. Assassin, lost a heartbreaker, and he's going to have an opportunity to continue to fight. So yeah, hopefully we got some other people that are going to be playing their games later on. Who do you know that's still left in the tournament that hasn't played yet?
I think MP played. I think MP should still be in it. I think I'm trying to figure out who else is still alive in it. I'm about to check my string. Honcho. I wonder how Honcho is doing right now. Honcho should still be alive too. I'm checking my streams. I'm trying to see who game we can call, because it's getting to that point. It looks like it's Assassin, Buns B. I'm trying to think. I think Honcho is still left. But I'm going to check and find out. But we still, like I said, Buns B is still fighting over here. He hasn't given up.
Yeah, just missed the throw on a crossing route there. But this time the pressure gets to him, and, he's looking at a 3rd and 20. Going to make a couple of adjustments here. Definitely got that threat detector activated. See if he can hit that route. And he throws an interception. Excellent defense. The Titans, and there we go. There we go. Buns B said, "Hey, this game is over. I'm out."
All right, he got him. He's trying to get to that next game.
He conceded, and he's on to the next. So we got Assassin and Buns B. They both have one more life yet left, and we're still seeing Assassin take time to gather his thoughts, and
he's waiting for his opponent. It would be great if he could just sit there and take time to gather thoughts, but no, he's actually just waiting to find out who he's playing. And I think Buns B is trying to figure that out as well. That's why the streams are up and still running. I don't know, man. It's a lot of people fighting. I would love to get B guard in here. See, we get B guard in here, man. Because
wow, you just want to poke the bear. Hey, let's
no,
go for it, man.
It's not.
Let's
It's
go
not.
for it.
Not about poking the bear. It's just that
so
he.
You're
knows,
not going to ask him. You're not going to ask him to explain.
Well, no, he said he overthought it. I already talked to him about that.
Oh, okay.
But
do you accept that answer? Is that good enough for you to let it go?
Well, yeah, I guess in that situation when you play a particular style of Madden, that happens. I've watched how many times we watch guys that are set feet lead guys get to the goal line and try to use set feet. You know what I mean?
That's a special shout out shade to all of you out there who know.
No, it's not shade. It's not shade. It's not shade at all. It's just the reality of the situation. When you think about it, it's like, okay, this is what these guys do in those situations. They run, what they think is what's comfortable to them, and they're more comfortable with passing because it's the natural thing for them because they're always passing. But so he definitely had to run.
What exactly are you saying though? I mean, because are you saying that they don't feel confident enough in their ability to run the ball on the 2-yard line that they
No. What I'm saying is that you become a creature of habit by doing certain things, and when you get into a situation, when you get into a situation, an uncomfortable situation, you're gonna do what you're comfortable with doing. You know what I'm saying? If you're a creature of habit, you're continuously passing the ball. When you get into a red zone, you get into a sticky situation. Your natural instinct is to go to a pass because that's what you do. But my thing was, he had the opportunity to take the lead in the game, and all he had to do was move 2 yards forward.
No, it's fair. It's fair. Yeah. Running east and west is not ideal. You're right. Yeah. You're trying to move forward. But no, I mean, a lot of that, like you said, it's muscle memory. It's of course he overthought it because, again, I'm gonna say the moment was too big. You're in that situation, and I know for you, like I could just tell, like your eyes lit up, your adrenaline levels went up. You wish that you could be at the 2-yard line with the game on the line at first and goal.
Yeah,
because you already know.
And he had an O-line full of abilities, and it was just like, yo, like I know you got the passing ability, whatever you got to stop the pass. He said he's gonna jump in a couple of minutes, so we'll have B guard kind of explaining what he was going through right there, but in kind of giving you guys the full experience of participating in tournaments like this. But as you can see, that it's a pretty tough. Guys are having a pretty tough go of it, man, out there, because it's everybody trying to get back on the virtual field there.
Yeah, I mean, look, man, it's just one of those things, like you said. He definitely overthought that, and I think that when those bullets are coming at you, obviously you go back to what and that's what happened. He decided to run some concepts that he thought were going to be the answer to the situation, and obviously it did not work. He moved backwards instead of forwards and ultimately lost the game. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of mental energy that's being put into these games, and he was on an emotional roller coaster in that game. So it's unfortunate he's unable to advance. But
waiting for Assassin to get this thing started, man.
Yeah, and so basically, as far as you were able to find out, right now, Assassin and Buns B are still they're still in it. And who else is still in it?
I think Dimes, and a few other, but I think B guard. I wonder if Burkos. I think Burko might still be in it too.
Well, I hope so, because Burko has been MIA from league action for the whole week. So Burko is locked in. If that's the case, and you definitely would love to see him go far, qualify, do the best that he can do, because he's basically sacrificing a playoff opportunity in the league in order to
Well,
make it right.
actually held off the advance for guys like Burko and those guys that still had opportunity to make the playoffs, or hold higher seeds because of them participating in the tournament. You know what I mean? Because like I said,
You did your part, but what I'm
yeah,
saying um, he had some opportunities, and he's going up against Diggs and the Bills, so he got the forced loss against the Jets, and I think he got a forced loss on his previous game. So that's what I'm saying. Those two losses, they would have served him well. But again, it'll be all worth it if he's able to make that deep run.
It makes a deep run in this,
and do his thing. So
yeah,
yeah.
The league money is chump change in comparison to.
Without a doubt. I mean, he's got his priorities lined up.
Yeah. So
he feels like he's got a better opportunity. So
if he makes it, and then on top of that, him making it, him being part of the league, it makes the league a hotter commodity too as well. So we definitely want to support the guys in the league that are pushing for this success in the MCS. So
now, speaking of that, based on what you've seen so far and some of the names that you mentioned, out of those names, who has that balanced attack that you feel is going to allow them to make a deep run?
I thought it, like I said, I feel like Assassin's definitely one of those guys. It's just that he gets into his head sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
What's his name? Bunsby is another guy. Dimes, of course. Dimes is basically, even kill all the time. So it's we know he's gonna make a run. It's just how far will he go? Let me think who else. Burko is a guy that could do it, but he also is a guy that when the heat is on, he sometimes unravels, but he's definitely capable. All these guys are capable. We even saw B-Guard. B-Guard didn't lose a game because the guy was better than him. Everything he did was self-inflicted, So it wasn't that.
That's a good point.
So
but that's the thing I gotta ask you though, is when you talk about Burko, I mean, Burko's a passer now, but I remember several years ago, he's really known as more of a runner. So what happened to that running game that he used to have? Or is he just tailoring his game to how the game plays, and that's pretty much what we're seeing?
Well, in my opinion, Burko's one of those guys that can do it all, man. He can run, he can pass. It depends on how he structured his team.
Mm-hmm.
And I know everybody structures their team to be passers, and their defense is to stop the pass. I don't see many guys out there like trying to put their teams in together in a way to stop the run. So my thing is, if I'm going into a game knowing that I'm going to be, even though especially if I've already mastered the art of passing,
mm-hmm.
I'm going to implement some type of heavy run element to my game or try to figure out some type of run elements in my game because I've already mastered the art of passing. Mm-hmm. I know I can pass. Everybody, that these guys say I got dots for days. Like we know that, but when situations come where you it's not time or not necessary to throw those dots, you guys are still trying to throw those dots, and that's what's putting guys in awkward situations right now. And I feel like if these guys implement the run a little bit more, just a little bit more, I'm not saying just become an all-out runner, but in situations that you can run the ball, So I guess Assassin's still waiting for his next opponent. And while we're waiting for Assassin to find his next opponent, we'll continue to talk about, just what we've seen so far. I saw Bronco was actually running the ball and passing. He had a balanced attack, but it just seemed like he didn't have a lot of the cards that a lot of other people have. So that ended up playing a big factor for him. I saw that with Bunsby as well. When that guy had the Carmichael, the Eric Dickerson, a lot of other things, he didn't have anything on defense to combat that. So I like the Samari Roll card because he's 6'3". They just dropped a new Sean Taylor card, who in my opinion is perfect for lurking. You want to, in my opinion, want to have the Cam Chancellor card. I saw B-Guard go with the John Lynch. Cam Chancellor's the guy. Even the what is it? The Sauce Gardner card. That's definitely another card. You just want to have big bodies on big bodies, and
Yeah.
and a lot of these guys had smaller defenders on the bigger guys. So the bigger guys were able to win those matchups.
Well, maybe they weren't able to get those cards.
That's
maybe
thing.
Those cards came at an expense or sacrifice to.
And if you and my thing is too, if you don't have those cards, then you got to have a pass rush. You got to have guys getting there to interrupt or mess up the throwing motion of the quarterback. So I'm looking. My thing is in this next matchup, I want to see the D lines that are of the guys up front. That front seven. I want to see who they got in the box and what they plan on bringing. Because not 9 times out of 10 these guys are blitzing out a dollar and dime. And they got the guys coming off the edge, but the interior line is feeble. You know what I mean? Like the interior of the defense is kind of feeble because of what they're putting out there on other guys.
So how exactly do you see defensive tackles, particularly if somebody's running a dollar or a dime? How do you see them having an impact on the game, though?
You got to have the right abilities on there. You definitely gonna have the necessary abilities to combat the run, because like I said, you see guys in MUT in franchise, you're gonna have guys. You're not gonna have all O-lineman abilities, and what you have the ability to do that. So like you can kind of tailor your team to the style that you play if you really wanted to. But the thing about it is I'm noticing everybody's tailoring their team the exact same way, and they all have the exact same weaknesses. And it's like, but nobody's the guys that figure that out are the guys that are going to go for it. The guys that are going to figure out, okay, this guy has this, he has that. Okay, I have this game plan. So you want to have a game plan for your dots, you want to have a game plan for your run game, and have a playbook that you can do both in. So if the people that normally do that, they have a run game, they can run the ball when needed, they can throw the ball when needed. But most of these guys can throw the ball. You know what I mean? Like a lot of these guys can throw the ball, but it's just overthrowing the ball. Like, when in the crunch time, when you need to manage the clock, are you going to be throwing the ball? Because every time it hits the ground, the clock stops. So that's what we saw. Like guys are out here throwing the ball in situations where they didn't really need to.
But you make it sound so simple. I mean, you talked about the ability to run and pass. You talk about the abilities, and you talked about how people should expect the unexpected. So, the question is, how is it that we're having this conversation about playing in a tournament where you're pretty much running the same type of offenses that other people are, running the same type of defenses that other people are? You're seeing a lot of man coverage out there, and yet you're struggling with running plays or on offense and defense that can be successful because you don't have the right abilities. Like how do you prepare for anything and you just don't have?
I'm gonna tell you who would have a field day in if they actually play MUT. Space would have a field day in MUT. Mm-hmm. The style of play, the style in which he plays, the game plan that he has with the quarterback, the movement of the quarterback, as we saw, that gave Assassin trouble when you move the pocket with the quarterback and you're doing options and things like that with the quarterback. A lot of these guys, that's not something they see every day. So when you put them in situations that they have something that they don't face on a regular, it's going to give them trouble. They're going to call it bubble gum. They're going to call it this, that, and the third. But in actuality, it's just off meta offense. And 9 times out of 10, the guys that do play off meta, they give the guys that run meta defenses trouble because they're basically running the same setup. They don't know a lot of these guys just know the setup. They don't know the adjustments. You know what I mean? So when you make these guys have to adjust, now they're playing on skates. They're backpedaling. They don't know what to do. So that's what you have to do. You have to do things that's going to keep these guys on skates. You have to do things that's going to keep these guys guessing and give these dudes something that they don't see often because they see it all. They play. Think about it. You play ladder matches. Dudes is playing 40, 50 games, 30, 40 games, So that amount of that volume of games, it ain't too much you haven't seen, So you want to give dudes opportunities or give yourself an opportunity by giving guys looks they don't see often.
Right. And when you talk about that, I mean, shouldn't that be one of the advantages of playing in a connected franchise mode, is that you're going to see different styles. You're going to have an opportunity to take a team that doesn't have abilities at every position and be able to develop a scheme for them to be successful. And then that translates into MUT because now you have everything that you didn't have in franchise at your disposal now. But that's not how guys look at it. They look at it as I need this. I should have this in franchise. And the reality of it is like, no, you should use this as a tool
to get used to not having certain things, so that when you do have those things, you're a better player, because you used to not being able to do or being handicapped in a certain way, that if you get into a situation where you can't do something, you have an ulterior or alternate defense or alternate offense that you can go to, because you that's what you have to do in franchise. But they want to, a lot of guys that play MUT, they want to bring MUT to franchise, and it's totally different thing. You can use franchise to kind of do different things in MUT, but bringing MUT to franchise is kind of impossible, So
yeah. No, I agree with you 100%. I know that the opportunity I had to play MUT, even though it was at the end of the year last year, that's exactly what I felt. I felt like having the abilities on the team, at different positions. I mean, it just made my team feel so much more powerful, and having the abilities to add gunslinger and threat detector and whatever else I needed. I felt basically unstoppable, because I knew that I was going to be able to run the ball. I knew I was going to be able to throw the ball. I didn't have to worry about a lot of the things that you have to experience in connected franchise mode. So
in franchise mode, you have to tailor your scheme to the team that you have. You can't tailor your team to the scheme that you have to tailor the team to the scheme that you have. You can't tailor you can't bring your MUT scheme into franchise mode if you don't have the team that you have in MUT. So it requires some adjustment coming to franchise from MUT, and takes some getting used to. But guys that are going from franchise to MUT, they shouldn't have that much of an issue, because now the things that you didn't have, you can have all of it,
Yeah.
And I think that's the perspective and mistake that a lot of guys are making. They want to bring the MUT element to franchise. In reality, by you not having certain things, it should make you a better player when you go to MUT, because now you have all those things.
Yeah, no, those are some great points. So when we look at what we've seen, and we're talking about these type of adjustments and opportunities to be successful in tournaments like this, what is it that you've seen? Because I know you watch a lot of games, but what is it that you've seen from the people that have been winning the tournaments this year, that has allowed them to be successful? Is it just their execution of whatever's considered to be meta, or do you feel like it's their knowledge of abilities, the cards?
They're masters. They're masters. So you got some guys who lab to get things right. Like, they lab to get it right, so when they go on the field, they can get it right. Those guys, they lab so it's impossible for them to get it wrong. They lab, the level in which they lab, the way they practice, and the way they prepare, it's impossible for those guys to get anything wrong, because of how much they play. It's effortlessly. They do it without any effort. It's just effort. You watch Henry play, everything looks effortless, because he's labbed to the point to where it's impossible for him to get certain things wrong.
Yeah.
So that's the way you should be labbing. Don't lab to get this particular thing right or that particular thing right. Lab to the point it's impossible for you to get it wrong. And that's what I've seen with a lot of the guys that have won. We watched Dez run through our fast money tournaments. A lot of guys that were in the league saying if we were in MUT, I'll be doing blah blah blah. He came in and ran through all of these cats. You know what I mean? So and then he went on to win the belt. So like we saw firsthand when the guys lab. This was the same guy that was offering his services to on Twitter. Like, if you want me to play some games for you, let me know. You know what I mean? So this dude was offering his services. So that means that's a guy that knows that it's impossible for him to get anything wrong in the atmosphere of MUT. He's mastered this. So that's what I'm saying. Like, you got guys like that, like Henry, Dez, any of the guys that's playing at an elite level. There's certain things that they're just not going to get wrong. They're not going to. I'm not taking no shots, but they're not going to get to the 2-yard line and start throwing the ball. Those are just things that they don't do.
Yeah, well, and I definitely don't. I wouldn't consider that to be a shot. I can see how it could be perceived that way, but when you were coming up, that was really one of the most important things for being successful in the MCS tournaments when we would travel and have live events, was just what you said right there. You practiced it until you couldn't get it wrong. And it became that muscle memory that you're talking about. And I think that, in that situation of the 2-yard line, how many times do you actually practice that situation? How many times do you put yourself in that situation because you're used to scoring from different parts of the field? You're used to ad catching. You're used to crossing routes and whatever other combinations that you're using. But how many times do you put yourself in that situation?
Well, we can ask B-Guard right now because he's joining. We just watched him play. What's up, B-Guard? What's up, man? I can't hear you.
My bad. My mic was muted.
That's okay. You're probably cussing anyway. This is a family show, so.
No, just going through my team, seeing what needs to go and what needs to stay.
Okay, so this is the thing. You should have won both games. I'm just gonna go on record and say that. Watching you play, you should have. Two things. One, your team is ass. You don't have the best team. You don't.
That's a pretty good team.
Your team was 92. Everybody else was 95, 96.
That's because I don't do a theme team. That's why.
Okay. So there you have it. But
that isn't it. B-Guard, look, Brian James. He's trying to dance around it.
No. I said one. I didn't even get the two. You didn't give me a chance to get the two. So one, team's not the best team. Two, you got to the goal line and threw the ball, and that utterly just pissed me off and made me want to throw my controller, and I wasn't even playing. So
that's actually three.
I didn't even think about it. I really didn't even think about running the ball. I was just
playing, right?
I went blank. Like I was
I'm like, yo, you took 3 sacks in a row.
2
sacks in a row. Okay. 2 sacks. But I'm like,
I don't know. I looked at how many timeouts I had. I saw I only had 1, so I was like, I kind of acted like I had no timeouts left. So I had a lot more time. I had a lot more time on the clock.
Yeah. What was the choice of the jet sweep, though? Because that you have to get to the edge. So what was it that made you feel like that was the play you should?
It worked earlier in the game. Worked earlier in the game.
Okay. Yeah, I was like, oh, he's this is easy money, man. Just I'm gonna tell you this now. In any situation, in that situation, even if they run commit, goal line sting, bro. That's it.
We'll
have to. Well, yeah, we'll
have it, bro.
So B-Guard, so we were having a conversation before you came in, and your timing was impeccable. And so the question was, how often do you practice being in those type of scoring situations? For example, on the 2, to punch.
A pretty good amount. The problem is the patch that dropped a couple days ago. It changed how
the blocking scheme.
Yeah, it's different. The man coverage was much better than it was. So a lot of the routes that I had just weren't getting open just because of virtue of the man coverage being better. Like that C route that I always throw was not open once today. It was open maybe twice in the 2 games I played. And I had to do certain things to make sure they got open.
Right.
So that really caught me off guard. So then I had to
they made outside shade they made outside shade really good for some reason in this last patch.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really good.
I mean, the dude, the second game I lost to, my outside shade wasn't doing a damn thing. So
really?
No, he kept throwing he kept getting the corner out.
Oh yeah.
My outside shade sucked. His outside shade was good.
Who did you have at corner?
I have Dion and Pat Pete. And the slots on the outside, I have Mike Haynes and Woolen.
Okay, I like Woolen. I like Mike Haynes too.
Yeah,
I thought Mike Haynes is like 6'3", right?
Haynes, yeah, he's pretty tall.
Yeah, okay,
Woolen's pretty tall.
Dion and
Pat Pete's getting out of here.
No, yeah, Pat Pete is. I didn't like that card at all.
He cost me a couple games. Like the tweet I posted the video right through his hands, right in front of the receiver. And the funny thing is, I cut it off right before, as I'm freaking out. J Doug is hyping me up, I got the pick. And so I found that kind of funny. Listen back at it. He's like, "Wait, you didn't get it?"
Well, that's what you want. You want people to share in your pain.
But he wasn't sharing in my pain. He didn't know I was going through pain.
So we had an incident. I don't know if you were watching, but we had an incident with Assassin. Assassin was actually whooping on the dude. Somehow the dude went to Battlefly and reported something, and they had to start the game over. And he ended up
all
losing
the way
over. Like they went to like some kind of scenario.
They had to recreate.
They had to recreate a scenario.
Yeah.
But
the game didn't disconnect.
It didn't disconnect in any way or anything like that. But he had to give him back the points and all this different stuff.
Okay.
Do you feel that was fair?
Because it depends on the issue. It depends on the issue. Like, if it's like, oh, I'm in the wrong playbook, like tough shit.
Or you accepted a penalty.
If you accepted a penalty you shouldn't, then we're gonna have some issues. Okay. But like, I don't understand what the penalty could have been, where you couldn't just get a false start or have somebody go offsides. Like,
I guess it was a delayed game where sometimes the play locks up, you can't pick your play, and Assassin accepted it. And
so go offsides. Yeah. So tell then you got a message in there, just go offsides, and then everything is the exact same thing.
But this is at the start of the third quarter. And so, Assassin.
Oh, the start is then something's fishy.
Definitely. It wasn't early in the game. This was like third quarter.
Well, even then, like, I don't understand. I still don't understand why they couldn't just go have Assassin go offsides, give him back the yards.
Yeah.
But again, in that situation, you're at the start of the third quarter. What set of circumstances requires you to decline, a delay a game or even go offside?
If the person can't pick the play, that's the game's fault, not the person's fault.
Yeah.
Like my play is locked up at the end of the first game. Like, I couldn't pick a defense. Not that it mattered, but
well, no, I don't think it's that. I mean, we don't have that in league play. We don't have guys giving.
I mean,
you get that delay game. You get that delay game. So
then why would you punish? Well, the thing is, why would you punish the player for something that the game mechanics are failing?
Yeah, exactly.
Because another problem with that, if it happens 3 times, the dude gets booted, all because he can't pick a play because the game's not allowing him to pick a play. Like, that used to be a real problem, like, a couple years ago, where
it was
you couldn't lock up, and then it's not fair that somebody would get the loss like that. So here is this the play?
No. This is Buns B. Buns B is actually playing right now.
Buns B.
So we want to have him, give him some time on the stream too, because he actually won his first game, lost his second game, and I guess this is his second elimination game.
Why is it so choppy?
I don't know.
Well, probably because we brought you on the screen. We only had enough bandwidth.
I would check the resolution. Like, check the resolution.
Let me see. Let me go.
Like on your stream and shit.
Let me go right here and check. Let me make it still 360p then. Is that better?
I think so.
Much faster.
Yeah, okay. There we go.
Okay.
Yeah, because it was really choppy.
Okay. There we go. We got it moving faster. But yeah, he did a great job in his first game. Was able to win. He's playing Windy City Madden Burr.
That Burko's crew, ain't it?
Yeah, it's Burko's crew.
Oh, dang. Wait, that's it. No, he's on defense.
He's the Steelers. He's playing with the Steelers, so he got the Steelers jersey on. But yeah, it's a lot of stuff that we've seen thus far, and a lot of guys are making like similar mistakes. It's easy for us to say because we're not in the game, but it's always easier when you're watching. Like, oh, you could have did this, you know what I mean? So, when you in the heat of battle, you're not even thinking. There's live rounds flying at your head, so it's kind of different, but definitely I want to see what Buns B is going to do to adjust here.
Now, B-Guard, from what you know, how many members of the Toxic Boys are still left in the tournament?
3. But only 4 of us qualified. Big Show, Dimes, and Doug.
Okay.
I believe Doug's still in it.
And who has Dimes been matched up with?
I think his first game, the guy didn't show up, and the second game, I don't know. Like I don't know a lot of the PlayStation guys.
Oh, okay. It's interesting to see like these, and that C route is definitely a fan favorite. Great route by Busby right there. Ooh-wee.
Bunch nasty.
Yeah, that's been getting a lot of burn lately in most of the games we've seen.
It's a good formation. It's a really good formation.
So what is it about the C route that your opponent was running that had
wide open? Great play right there by
I mean, the corner route? I don't know. He must have had like a good ability on it. Because like zone won't cover it if it's on the short side of the field.
No.
Like a deep zone won't match to it.
Yeah.
So you have to go user. And then towards the middle of the game, I started going user in it. Just Pat Pete finally decided to make a play with a minute left in the game.
No, he did. He did. And, we won't relive that 2-yard line moment again. But did you have an opportunity? You mentioned the new patch that came out. Did you have an opportunity to get enough games in?
No, not enough. Not nearly enough.
Okay. How many games do you feel would have been ideal for you?
I'd like to get like at least 7 or 8 games. Like I maybe got 2 games under the patch.
No,
that's
good.
Outside of man coverage and some of the abilities, what else was like extremely noticeable? Pick artist just didn't do what it says it does some of the times. Like again, I go back to Pat Pete. Like a lot of the catches were on Patrick Peterson, and he'd touch the ball, and the ability says, like if you're like the ability is if he touches it, he's gonna catch it. And I could count at least 3 or 4 different times where he could make a play on the ball and didn't. Especially like the one I tweeted, like that one was the most egregious of them all.
And so from what you remember, what you were able to see, was he even lighting up at all in those situations?
Ooh.
He lit up on the one of them where it's in the end zone and it was just dropped. I just, again, like, I don't know really what to say about Pat Pete, but he's finding his way off my team.
Yeah,
so is this the last MCS tournament, or is there another one after this?
I have no idea.
Okay.
Like I tried reading, like they say there's an LCQ, but I don't think that's going to be open to the public. I think it goes off the MCS leaderboard and the like. I guess I think it would be like the last. I would say because they're letting 14 into the Madden Bowl. They're going to have 12 people after this tournament left. So there's going to be 2 last chance qualifiers. I don't know how they're going to do it. So
what do you do with your MUT team if there's no more events for you to qualify?
Money games, like Players Lounge, stream. Like there's always like the time to build your brand is after the MCS because that's when a lot of people stop playing. Or they get bored of the game, like all that, like, And so I'll either go to Players Lounge, play in tournaments, play money games, like all that.
Okay.
Then,
or you can jump into Madden Underground.
Yeah, that's where I was going. That was leading up to that because we didn't have an opportunity to see you play last year. So can you please tell us, this is an exclusive right now. Will we see B-Guard and his MUT team competing in the Madden Underground Fast Money tournament?
Maybe if I have a day off on Mondays, but
no. We're not talking about Fast Money tournaments right now. We're talking about the MUT League, bro.
The MUT League,
playing it?
Yeah, as long as there's no like real time constraints on when to get in, like okay, we're gonna do it at this and this. Like we just have a set period of time to get our games in.
It will be the exact same way we do franchise with the windows to participate, play the games. Yes, okay.
Yeah, then I'll definitely be in that.
Okay.
And will Patrick Peterson be off your team by then?
Oh, probably. More than likely.
All right.
Definitely.
I'm actually looking at available corners now in the auction house to see.
I'm surprised nobody's using Samari Rowe, man. I like Samari Rowe, bro.
It's too low rated. I think maybe Dimes is using him.
Samari Rowe I got him up to like 95, 96.
Yeah, maybe Dimes is using him. Maybe Dimes is using him because Dimes has that theme team. I just refuse to do a theme team. I refuse.
Why is that?
Samari Rowe.
It's very dweeby. It's very dweeby, in my opinion.
I guess I like my Titan theme team.
No, and then you're a dweeb. It's like, I can't have Aaron Rodgers, guys, because he never played for the Minnesota Vikings.
Okay.
I find that very, very dweeby.
Well, I mean, don't you think that this whole mud thing is very dweeby? I mean,
yeah, but like
all these abilities, so why not go all out?
We're all now. Let me say this: like, we all part of Weenie Hut Jr. If you have a theme team, you're Super Weenie Hut Jr. Like, that's just how I feel about it.
Me personally, I like the attributes bumps that you get from having multiple players that you like, and then on top of that, I'm actually playing with players that I actually like. I know, I got Chris Johnson.
I like playing with players I like. Like I like playing with players that I like too. Like I like playing with Steve Smith.
I don't have, but keep in mind I do have a theme team, but all my players aren't theme team players. Like it's not only Titan players. We got the Dion, we got the John Elway as a backup. We got everybody, but it's like
Pat Pete might have to stay. Pat Pete might have to stay. That a damn ability bucket.
And I talked about that on the air, and obviously his agent has advised you of his need to stay on the team. So
yeah, because if the AP, the only reason he is on the team is because the AP works.
There it is, Patrick Peterson making moves on and off the field. So, B-Guard, if you would have gone super dweeb, would you have been able to score from the 2-yard line? That's what Brian James really wants to ask you.
No,
I've asked the question. He answered the question.
No, the play calling was just lacked. Like that's literally what it comes down to. Play calling was just not up to par.
Definitely.
I mean, I ran for like 100 yards on the dude. I don't know why I stopped doing that.
That's my point, bro. That's why I'm like, the run was there.
He changed the defense, and like Dollar, believe it or not, Dollar is better against the run than Nickel is.
No, Dollar plays it tougher, but the runs that you have to run against Dollar, nobody runs. Nobody calls those plays, and that's what I've noticed. Like nobody, I don't even think anybody really knows those plays exist. But yeah.
They're good plays, though. They are. There
are plays that you can run on Dollar that Dollar just gets sucked into and it leaves gaping holes.
Yeah. But will they leave you a gaping hole if you're on the 2-yard line? That's the question.
Probably. So some guys don't play until tomorrow at 1 p.m.?
No. They're dragging this out 2 weekends.
Oh, wow.
Which, to be fair, it's kind of like the bright side of losing. Like, I don't have to deal with that no more.
Okay. So everybody else that played doesn't play until next weekend.
No, they play tomorrow.
I mean, okay, they play tomorrow. Okay, got it.
They play tomorrow, and then if they win enough games, they go on to next Saturday.
Okay.
So it's choppy again. Like this might be Buns B's stream. Let me check.
Well, he talked about. I don't know if you saw it come across the screen, but his screen said that his opponent's connection was.
I didn't see that.
Yeah.
His opponent's connection. Jesus.
So B-Guard, if you would have won both of your games, how many games would you've had to play today and or tomorrow? What was the cutoff?
I think you play 3 games, then you play tomorrow. If you win all 3 games, you play tomorrow. And then losers bracket, I think you got to play I think you play 3 no matter what. I'm not sure.
So you can only lose 2 games, but you have to win 3 games in order to play tomorrow.
Yeah, and then tomorrow I think you play 3 games or something like that. I have no idea.
Gotcha.
Yeah, Pat Pete's lucky he cost 0 AP for pick artist. That doesn't work, apparently. Oh my goodness. Yeah, this is oof.
How much it cost?
What do you mean?
You said how much it cost for
PP.
for pick
zero AP. That's why he's on the squad. Because
okay, because he doesn't
free.
know AP. Okay. So he gets that for free. What other abilities is he capable of getting?
Mid zone mid route KO or mid zone knockout, one of the two.
No deep zone.
No.
No
Well,
deep.
you could get yeah, it's just medium knockouts and all that for
okay.
AP. Like that's what this game is. It's who has a AP that's any good, like ability buckets. Like that's what this game is.
Buns B is definitely still in this game. He just got to figure out how to get a stop on the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah, he's been doing a good job of moving the football, but you know that balanced attack that you've been talking about all day, B. James. That's really what we're seeing from these Los Angeles Rams here, and you know he's having a lot of success. Now he's not running that dollar defense that B-Guard was just talking about. He's bringing that safety in the box.
Oh. Yeah, man's not going to cover that. Let's see.
Oh, great run. Khalil Mack. Dude's a commodity. Dude's definitely a commodity. Philly, what would you do with all those superstar abilities?
I would have fun. That's what I told you on the air. You know, when I it's really interesting because the way I set my team up last year at the end of the year when I was playing Mutt, I focused more on making sure that my quarterback had the abilities that, you know, I felt fit my style. But as far as the offensive line went, I wanted, you know, those abilities on the interior to focus on like threat detector. And then I had different abilities on my tackles so that I could, you know, make sure that they got the pass protection they needed or they could seal blocks. But I made sure each one of my linemen had different abilities. But really, you know, defensively, I think that's where I had the most fun, was just making sure that my defensive ends. And then I did what you talked about, B. James. You know, my D tackles, they served a very specific role. And that was to stop the run if I went into, you know, dollar formations and things like that. So it was a lot of fun, man. I had a lot of success. You know, I could see why guys, you know, wanted escape artist and gunslinger. I could see the ease of the game when you have it. But I agree with B-Guard. You know, you really have to take the time to decide which abilities are going to get, you know, the AP points and the free cards. You know, they come in handy. And I had a lot of players on my team like that. So, yeah. And the X Factor abilities, that's the other thing that I'll say. I put the X Factors on my defensive ends. I put the X Factors on my defensive ends, and I can't remember who else I put on defense. But, yeah, we went big. We had a lot of height in the secondary. Too Tall was playing in the corner. You know, I had Sean Taylor.
And that's next week. Next week is when all the ridiculous cards come out. I mean, week after next, when this tournament, I would say when this tournament is over, that's when all the ridiculous cards are going to come out. Like,
yeah, and they're a lot of fun. They're a lot of fun. You know, what I didn't have though, I had Tom Brady at quarterback. You know, this was season 4, so you know, I took advantage of that. I had him and the D tackle. Was that Tony Casillo? But yeah, it's a lot of fun, man. How did you build your team last year?
Oh, I built my team for speed. Everything was fast. You know, we had Billy White shoes on the D end playing at the end, so he had 99 speed at D end. So, and that's because he had the, you know, the team chemistries and things like that. With the Titans, the theme team that B-Guard wants to call dudes dweebs about. Had me with Javon Curse and Billy White Shoes at the DN position, wreaking havoc.
Well, that's interesting because that's one of the things I looked at. I think I went with Kabir at DN. So that's what I did. I used the internet to figure out who were the fastest DNs.
Because last year, dudes were just running around with their quarterback. It was totally different. It was totally different style of Madden last year.
Yeah. Like you can't do that now.
You can't do that now. But like,
but remember, towards the end of the year, they did raise that AP for escape artists.
It didn't stop people from using it.
No, it didn't stop them from using it. But I knew that it meant that there were certain things that they didn't have on their quarterback because they had that. There were certain abilities that they couldn't get, and I think that again, like B-Guard said, when you have all those different slots and that the AP costs, there's different things that influence that. I really think that he should reconsider having a theme team because I wonder what he could do with more AP.
But I'll probably end up getting some at some point. But
there you go. I mean, you got to think about all of the Eagles. You got to think about all of the Eagle greats that are out there. You got Harold Carmichael, Weapon X.
Like, do you have Carmichael? You didn't even have Carmichael on your team.
No, Carmichael can't move.
You're talking about he's bigger than everybody.
Yeah, I don't like throwing. I don't like doing the ags. Like the ags don't work for me. Man. The ags don't work for me.
What you mean? What do you mean? Ag everybody.
They don't work for me.
What works for you, B-Guard? What works for
throwing to people who are open? That's what works.
Well, that works for everybody. But what route combinations? Since you don't like to ag, what route combinations?
I think I'm trying to get some inside information so he can use it on his franchise league. He's trying to fish. You got to know when he's fishing for information and he's taking notes. This is a guy that lab with you and stream the game so he can record it. Keep an eye on Philly guys sneaky. So.
You know what? My attorney said that you have overstepped your bounds. You're not allowed to discuss that situation. It was done by accident.
It wasn't no accident.
A separate account because I wanted to record.
Imagine this, B-Guard. You're in a lab game. Imagine being in a lab game. Lab game with Philly guy, and then across the screen comes Philly guy is live on Twitch. And I'm like, what are you streaming the game for? Oh, I was trying to record.
I was because B-Guard. What do guys do now? They clip record, right?
Yeah, they clip
record. They watch the clip during the game. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't even on that level. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't on that level of clip recording. I could have easily done that.
You should have done that instead of letting me know that you was actually live broadcasting our lab session.
Hey, B-Guard, this is just a perfect example of how long it's going to take for him to get over what you did on the 2-yard line. Because he's talking about something that happened over a year ago.
Why are you changing the subject?
It's really not changing the subject. I'm just saying, he won't let it go. That's the whole point. He won't let it go.
I will not let that go. I was like, yo, what are we doing here, man?
I've already apologized to this man. He said, yeah, we can laugh again as long as you don't do that. I agreed to that. I met.
Nah, man, I don't know what you might got a camcorder. You might have your ring recording the TV screen. I don't know what you got going on over there, Philly.
You see what I'm talking about, BJ? So this is what I'm talking about, B-Guard. He won't even say no. He'll just give me all these hypothetical situations.
I don't know.
I've tried to win back his trust.
Doesn't seem hypothetical if it happened.
Well, what are we supposed to assume that because you can't punch it in from the 2-yard line that you'll never do it?
Here we go. He's taking shots again.
Of course you will. Of course you will. I'm talking about second chances here. That's my point, B. James. What is it that it takes for you to get a second chance?
I feel like those are totally different things. Two totally different things.
No, they're not. They're all centered around B. James and his inability to move on and just leave it in the past. Let that be what it is and just, move forward. So I'm just saying. So I don't want you to be surprised if he brings that up in the future.
I know he will.
Okay. All right. Well, see, there you go.
No. See, I can't.
He turned 1 year older. You know what I'm saying?
So
no. I'm
not gonna diss B-Guard's MCS performance. Only B-Guard diss he will get from me is his performance against me. I'm not gonna diss him in the MCS.
I'd rather have the MCS one.
Thank you. Doesn't that sound like a bitter old man to you? What happened to just letting it go? You know what I mean? Just a lot of bitterness in his old age. I don't know what that's about.
I don't know what it's about either. But what I do know is that you're gonna put some respect on my name and stop trying to steal my stuff, Philly guy. Stop trying to steal.
What did I steal from you?
You always ask me, hey man, I saw you running the ball pretty well. what play calls are you calling? I'm like, I ain't telling you nothing because I know you're trying to pick my brain. You're not picking my brain for, just general purposes. You're picking my brain because next season we're gonna have to play each other. And you give me a taste of my own medicine. That's what it is.
You know what? First of all,
I'm a man with vision. I'm a man with that season ahead.
Here's what I'll say.
Great run.
You're trying to paint me in a negative light, but what I'll say is this: have I not been very giving to you, to Blaze, to MP? Have I not been very giving? I was very giving.
Last year you was giving.
When have y'all?
You was stuck with COVID in another country. That's why you were giving. You didn't know if you was gonna make it back or not. That's why you were giving. That's why you were very giving, because you didn't know if you were gonna make it back across those overseas waters. Okay,
let's keep it real. That just shows you the type of person that I am. That in that moment of truth, that I was my brother's keeper. You know what I'm saying? I could have been selfish. I could have took it all with me. They say you can't take it with you.
You can't take it with you.
I decided not to take it with me. I decided to be my brother's keeper, and here I am being judged for it. And missing out on opportunities to lab, and then I'm defending B guard. Well, hey man, look, he's caught up in the moment. No, he shouldn't have done that. It's unacceptable. It's unacceptable. And I'm just like,
I was definitely hurt as if I was playing, because I wanted him to win. I wanted him to move forward. I really wanted him to move forward. So it was like when he did that, I was like, oh, he got the game. Like, it's over.
Guys, I'm still here.
Guys, you heard right. Right, you heard. But B guard, here's the question that we have. Okay, we were watching you play. What was it that you actually threw across the room? I thought it was your control. I made comments.
I didn't throw anything. I didn't throw anything across the room. I slammed. I just like I wouldn't say slam it, but I did throw my controller down. I didn't throw anything.
Oh, okay. So because I thought that it went in the direction of the
definitely a piece. That back part that holds the batteries definitely flew off.
Oh yeah, it did.
Oh, okay. So that's what we saw.
I didn't throw it hard enough to break it. I will say that.
Yeah, he was aware. That's why when people say they it's fake crazy, that was fake crazy. were you crazy enough to throw something, but you ain't crazy enough to break it? That's fake crazy.
I don't know. I think maybe he's a former baseball and basketball player, so I think his muscle memory didn't allow him to do that. But
if I checked,
I don't think he was faking anything.
Like, if I check this as hard as I could, like, we're not talking about a controller being broken.
Right, the batteries would fall.
Talking about wall. We're talking about a wall that's going to need replastering.
And how many times has that wall been replastered?
Never. I don't do that.
Okay, see, there we go. That's what people need to know, is that they need to know that you do not have anger management issues. That this game, if you play it, it'll do that to you. And there was no controller violence.
Oh, good move. He totally lost that dude. Is he able to throw it away? All right. That was the first time I saw a play action fake completely lose a defender.
Yeah, that was disappointing. That should have been a sack, but he got out of that.
How's it disappointing? We're rooting for Buns B, man.
That was the best case scenario for Buns B.
Yeah,
I'm not saying it wasn't for Buns B. I'm just talking about EA gameplay. That
he got him. Let's go, big fella.
Yeah, you know what? Maybe I should ag.
Get you some aggression out there.
Buns
I got Mike Williams. Williams on my team.
People say ag. I say aggression. Put you some aggression on it. Get you some aggression on them receivers, man. Let them go out there and play aggressively.
I mean, did AJ Brown teach you nothing in all of his games playing on the Eagles? B-guard? Let him go get it.
Let him go get it, man. Especially if you're playing the Titans.
Yeah, go get it. That's it, man.
Don't talk about Buns B. Buns B out there doing this thing. He's like, I'm not going out. I ain't going out. He ain't going out like Willie Lump Lump.
And of course, the question is, who is Willie Lump Lump?
Who is Willie Lump Lump?
And once again, this old man is dating himself. If you know what he's talking about, and you've seen that movie.
You ain't going out like Willie Lump Lump. That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about Buns.
Yeah, Buns and Willie Lump Lump.
Hey, that's good. I might change my gamer tag to Willie Lump Lump.
I dare you. I triple dog dare you.
Oh, and speaking of the league right now, dudes are trying to get me to advance, and I quote you. This was actually the verbiage from Space. He said, "Advance the league so I can clap Illuminati's cheeks. That was the exact verbiage.
Well, I'll be the first to tell you on airspace. That's not going to get the league advanced. Okay, there's a lot of things we need to talk about, and we can dissect that sentence. Okay, but you're going to have to figure out the use of other words.
That was the
trying
exact...
to get us to advance the league. Because that's not going to get it done, buddy. We do not promote those types of cheeks being clapped in the league. And
Illuminati said that.
No,
Space said that at first. He said, I want to clap advance the league so I can clap Illuminati's cheeks. And then I think he responded with, no, I'm going to clap Space's cheek. Because actually, Space posted in the Discord somebody pulling down a man's pants. So
where was this?
Go to general chat.
You know what? First of all, it doesn't matter because what you guys want to do in the privacy of your own home and your own free time.
Go to general chat. It got real.
That has nothing to do with football, gentlemen. Okay.
It got real gory in the chat, bro.
It's nothing to do with football. Let's talk
about clapping cheeks is aggressive catching.
That's what I'm saying. It is aggressive catching, and you don't need an ability for that. So, we need people to focus on the betterment of the league and reasons for all of us to want an early advance. And that is not it, gentlemen. It's not it.
Oh man. Buns is fighting though, man. Buns out here trying to fight. I like the fact that he's running the ball, trying to keep him honest.
Well, yeah, he's going to have to do something because, he gave up that touchdown run a little bit too quickly. So it's good to see him, taking advantage of the clock and, strategizing in this fourth quarter because he can definitely win this game. There's no doubt about that.
Definitely.
The thing with Buns I would like to see is just change it up on defense. It's a lot of man coverage, and it's clearly not been working. And so I would like to see him change that. Well, the offense is fine.
But isn't that his defense though? Isn't that what he's got his ability set up for?
Hey, sometimes you gotta change it up. Okay, your abilities are there, but they clearly ain't doing what you need them to do. So you need to change it up.
Well, the coverage was right there. He was able to get pressure and
no, he's on offense, sir.
Excuse me?
He's on
offense right now.
I'm pretty sure this is the Rams. I thought he just scored.
No, he's the Steelers.
He's the Steelers. The Steelers are on offense right now.
Oh, it's a little pixelated on my end, so.
Oh, he has a wide open.
Let's go.
There it is.
Let's go. Run that clock. Run it. Okay. Look at Dave Casper out there. And that guy's really withstood the test of time in franchise. Did they make a new Dave Casper card, or is this the same card?
Same one.
Wow, that card has really lasted. It's aged very well. I would say that. And he's gonna throw it away. Yeah, he throws it away. Hey, do you dislike playing with Vic because he's left-handed?
That and again, ability bucket.
Yeah, okay.
Doesn't fit what I want to do, so I can't use them.
Ability that sounds crazy. Ability bucket.
Yeah, a year where Vic is just not usable.
That's
for
crazy.
A lot of people is.
Remember that one year? He was ridiculous, man. I think that was the year W won the belt.
No, he won. I think W won it with Randall Cunningham.
Oh, Randall Cunningham. That's who it was. Yeah, Randall Cunningham was ridiculous.
Cunningham would be great if.
Did they drop a Cunningham card yet?
I don't think they have. They might. I think he might be coming out with. He usually comes out around this.
He's
nope, short. Down. He's short.
Oh, he's short. Are you taking 3 in this situation? Are we taking?
I would see what defense he comes out in, and if you don't like it, take a delay. You can't call timeout here, though. Timeout is not an option. Ooh, I'm not so sure I like this call.
Those guys are coming.
Yeah, I don't like that call.
He got it.
No, he didn't.
Oh, no.
Don't like that call. Do not like it. You're asking when a run where you're asking all of your linemen to win one-on-ones is asking a lot in this game. Like, I much rather would have seen him try to run it with Barry Sanders if he was going to run it.
Look at that. Look at Simmons in there getting busy. I like that. Was that Nitschke? I think I saw Nitschke out there. This is going to be... Oh, no. It's wide open. Punch it out. Oh. I hate those tackle battles, man.
I'm not a fan either. I hate them too.
I thought they were taking that out of Mutt.
No. Like, why would they take it out of the arcade game?
Yeah, that's crazy, right?
Like CFM, I'd like them out.
Yeah. I like it with Derrick Henry because when they get tackled, he punches somebody in the face and keeps running. I'm like, oh, yeah, let's go, big fella. But when I play with a smaller back, it's like chances are the ball's coming out. You know what movie I watched yesterday? That was actually pretty entertaining.
What was it?
Beetlejuice.
Really?
Yeah, man. I actually enjoyed that movie yesterday, man. I hadn't watched it in probably 20 years. Oh my God, he's wide.
You got to let him score. Oh,
he
okay.
knows.
Now you got to start using your timeouts right here.
Oh man.
Now you got to start using the timeouts.
Wait, who is that? Who was that caught the ball?
Calvin?
That was Calvin?
I believe so.
Good run, D.
All right there. Good D. Yeah, because like if he holds him to 3, I like Bunsby's chances. If he holds him to 3. Can't give up a first down. If he's going to give up anything, it has to be a touchdown. Yeah, but Buns is selling out to the run. Like, he is selling out to the run. And, okay, stopped. All right, third down.
52 seconds left.
Yeah. Right here, I would just go straight cover. I would go straight cover 0, man to man. Hope for the best.
What you don't want to give up is a first down.
No, first down is devastating. Touchdown, you're still in it.
Okay.
Rams call a timeout.
Yeah, he's second guessing himself now. That's when you got to pause the game.
No, looking at the defense, probably like readjusting, like maybe messed up a hot route, didn't want to chance it. Because I do believe he's passing.
Oh, it was one play in the game, your game, B-Guard, where you had your outside corner in a deep blue, and then you had your safety manned up on the slot receiver, and the guy ran like a post, and nobody was there.
I'd have to go look at it and see. Oh, right here, this is
terrible. You see this outside guy? This outside
really,
guys.
Like, yeah, like right here, like you just have
to. Oh,
he's
wide open. Come on, man.
Yeah, and that's game. Man. Like in that situation, like he sees you're sending pressure. He knows you're sending pressure. You can't have your outside corner manned up to the running back there. Like that's bro.
Just like I've been seeing some ridiculous man assignments going on here.
Like,
man. Like
you can't leave. Like, I'm sorry, but you cannot leave that dude uncovered when you know it's a passing down. You know he knows you're sending heat. He knows you're sending pressure. Like you've been sending pressure all game, and when he motions him out wide, that should tell you, oh, he knows that corner's matched up somewhere else.
Yeah.
Or he's just going to throw a one-on-one, and just to give him no coverage. Like that's just not a great defensive call there.
Well, that does it for us for today. Everybody's out. The only person that's left is Assassin that we started with today. So we'll be back tomorrow to cover Assassin, and we'll be back for the what do you call it? The tailgate podcast.
Tailgate, yeah. That's right.
Make sure you guys are here. That's at 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern. We'll be back for the Madden Underground Tailgate Podcast where we talk about the games right before the late Sunday night game. And we'll have more coverage on what's been going on with MU and the guys in MU and MCS. So, everybody gave a great performance today. Some came short, some advanced. And Assassin will be playing tomorrow, so at 1 p.m. So we'll be covering that game. So make sure you guys check back in with us, and we'll see you guys later.
Is that 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time or Eastern Standard Time?
Yeah, it's Pacific Standard Time.
Okay, so
maybe it is Eastern. I think it is Eastern, 1 p.m. Eastern. So that's actually
the start of the second games, basically.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So all right,
that's cool.